So Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. As you checked, my computer cannot support both three virtual machines, so I will suspend it and I will resume RAC 2. It has some problem because I have low memory and resources, therefore the in overall training session was not good because it need powerful computer and powerful which has more than 6 GB RAM and also has sufficient resources, but it due to the problem that we cannot go ahead with the both nodes. So I will check rack node 1 is our vctl. I will set up the res for inv. We can run server ctl from both homes. I will check status database dash d. Here you can put database name RAC-DB. It will show you status of the database which is running or not running on rack node 1 and it is running on rack node 2. So I can start and stop all the services. For example, I can stop listener, and also I can stop listener. So I have stopped local listener of the database from server control utility. So you will use for start and stopping the listener, database, the nodes, instance, server control utility. I will also check here cractl state res-t plus a sim2 cractl state res-t. So you can see all the resources right here. I will check status of the listener, enable in not running. I will start again. This is the way that you can start and stop a local listener and also scan listener. I will do one thing else here. I will stop the database and start it again. RAC-DB2 is our vctl stop database dash d RAC-DB database. It will stop the database on RAC node 2, and from the same utility we can start it again. Database has been stopped. I will check status of the database. Status database minus d RAC-DB. It is not running on both nodes, so I will start it again. This is the way you can start and stop database. Minus d, and you can also put minus I instance name and also minus n for node name. For nodes node 1 node 2. I will check status of the local listener. It is enabled in running on rack node 2. So you can use different services, different commands through this or vctl You can add resource, you can add node. These are all the resources. Listener, it is enabled, not running, and you can use database, instance, service, nodes up, web, virtual IP address, ASM, disk group, in all these things. So database has been started. I will check the status. Database is running on node 2. Database is also started. So I will clear the screen. .orinv plus asm2 cractl dash help. So these are the commands: stop, pin, unpin. When you want to remove node, you can unpin the node, start, set, replace, relocate. So because I'm not feeling well, I'm not okay, I have some illness in my eyes, also have some problem, therefore in also lack of time cannot go all the services. So you can use it, and you can use different commands if you have face any issue. So you can also cractl start crs command, and you can also stop crs. It will stop all the services. Minus force stop crs dash force. User do not have privileges, so it will cractl stop crs dash force. It will stop all the services in back. You can start the crs by running cractl start crs. Will come up all the Oracle High Availability services and all the D services back online. But the only thing that it should be enabled, the status should be enabled for all the resources to start up automatically after system reboot. So all the services goes down in offline. If normally the normal command cractl stop crs is not working, then you can use dash force command. Otherwise it will stop all the components, crs components. See, here has been stopped high availability services. So back I will start it. If you check here, cractl stat res dash t, nothing online. I will start crs. It started again. I will check state res dash t. It will take some time to start up all the services, but you can check also dash init. It will show you what are online and offline. So these things will be online after some time. You can use server utility for start, stop, and you can also one thing I will do here, server ctl config command. You can see configuration of database. I will use config database dash d RAC-DB. It will show you which CRS communication stopped with because these services are offline. So this is very complicated problem, cannot communicate with the cluster ready services. So the solution is to navigate Oracle root user and edit etc sysctl.config file, and also increase this parameter this 128. So now you can check it again, or you can use etc sysctl.config /etc sysctl config -d or start c ractl state res-t. So that problem has been resolved, cannot communicate with the cluster synchronization service. And you can make the disk group is online and offline through server control, CRS control, and also SQL. I will stop CRS stop CRS and start it again. CRS stop CRS. All the services are going down. Let's start it again and check start CRS. Let's check server control utility. I will set environmental variables. Is RBCTL status database -d RAC-DB, and also check status of so many services, required services are online. Database is not running on node 1 and node 2. I will start the database. Is our VCTL already running? It's running on RAC node 2. So let's check configuration of the database. database dash d reg db. This is the configuration: open, stop option, immediate, primary rule, automatic, in all the information over here. You can also check config listener. Listener, owner of the listener is great. And using this port number, you can use check configuration of everything. Nodes up, this is the configuration of node ups. IP addresses, you can check everything you want. I will check scan listener. Scan listener is using port number this one. So one thing I will do here, I will change default port of local listener and also scan listener. So for example, if we want to change port number, this port number from default to any other port, any other number, and also want to change listener local listener port number, in if you want to mount and dismount some disk group, or add disk to a disk group. So remember that in a disk group, this is very important or recommended that all the disks in the disk group should be in same size and having same size and speed. So one thing we can done on different ways. For example, we can mount a disk group through SQL, through enterprise manager, and also through asymcmd, asymca, and also CRS-CTL. We can use all these utilities for mounting and dismounting, and also for changing a listener ports in all these things. So one thing can be done on different ways from different utilities, so do not confuse on that. Here I want to change listener port number. I will check my scan listener. Here I have listener scan 1, which is using port number this one. I can change it through SQL, SysDBA. Here I can issue alter system set remote underscore listener equal to scan whatever and blah blah blah. So you can change scan through this way also, port number, and you can also use enterprise manager. You can use but here I will use server utility. I will check config listener. My local listener owner is grid user and have using port number 1521, which is not recommended. I want to use different port numbers, so use server is RAC-CTL modify command. You can modify many things here. None to scan name, also modify scan on node, specific node, modify OC4J in all these services. So I will modify listener. For example, I will modify scan listener, scan underscore listener. I will use P for port number and will use 2222 for scan listener. Modification exists scan listener modification Java will use this port number. RAC-CTL modify scan underscore listener dash P. modify scan underscore listener dash p, for example 2323. Execute action Java Oracle Ops. I will use is our vctl modify listener dash p 222, so I can check my listener config listener. Now it is using this port number. I will change to default listener port number, so can modify listener dash p to 1521. Now it will use 1521 default port. Fine. You can also check status. We will also use the enterprise manager for performance tuning purposes. So this was almost 5% of RAC real application clusters. So we have too many things to be done. You can use you have two very famous, very strong teachers. One is Mr. Google and other is YouTube. So use both the sites in work with both teachers and learn a lot from them. So there is a very perfect solution for any issue which you are facing. Just put it to Google, and that will not upset from you, that will not mind it, that will definitely answer you, and finally you can find the solution for any issue. So this was a bit something that I learned, and I will share you. I have shared with you. So if we had in the next classes, in next time I found a good PC and a good resources, so I will enhance this training inshallah, and I will also work on performance tuning and also some golden gate, which is also my interested. It's very interesting for me to make golden gate videos as well. So this was we can say in Pashto Turtutan Datasu Qurban. So this is dedicated for all of you guys. I hope you will enjoy these things, these training videos, and also share me your suggestion, objection, and also your queries. You can find me, you can reach me through my Facebook page AFG-Oracle Solution, and also you can find me Sherzad.Zahid in Facebook. So if there is any issue, I'm here, I can help you. I will be really happy to hear from you and learn from you, so we can make something better, we can help with our people, because I haven't found any training center here in Afghanistan, in Kabul, to learn RAC, for example, and also performance tuning in some advanced Oracle courses. Therefore I plan to start some from the very beginning, from the zero, and make something for my countrymen. In this plan, inshallah, with the help of Allah and by supporting you, I will do something for my people, inshallah, in the future.